Welcome back to the Boneyard Podcast, everybody. This is your host, Jared Shefford, along with my good friend.
Artemis Brower.
We're coming to you this week with episode 273 of the Boneyard Podcast. 273. Artie, I know last week we took off. You were sick.
Yes.
We pushed back this week because I was sick. Still getting over it. Josh is behind the scenes, but he's sick, so I don't think he'll be joining us much tonight, if at all. But it's good seeing you back there, Josh. As always, you look good as always. Artie, how we feeling, man? How's 31 treating you?
I turned 31 and then I get sick, so I guess we're all we're all the way into the 30s now. But I feel good. I'm back. Had a little stomach bug last week that kept us out. I was definitely in fetal position in the bed, hurting, but we're good.
That's how I've been the last like 2 days, and
just don't even want to move. Just don't touch me. Just let me just sit there. Just
like it's a little bit of it was a little bit of nausea. Mine was mostly a headache and like slight fever. Wife had more nausea, and then the kid had the bad stuff for 3 times in one night. So, that was, and of course it happened the night that like clocks like sprung forward.
Of course, because
naturally, why not?
You got to lose an hour.
Why not? Why not? Why not just throw that on top of it? But anyways, Artie, this episode of the Boneyard Podcast brought to you by Roback. Shop Roback. Use Boneyard 20 at checkout. Get 20% off your first order. Artie.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a number 73 for me?
I do have a 73 for you this week. We usually take it back to historical figures or some sort of old school ball player, as we should. Throw it back to yesteryear. But this is actually one of my favorite current players in the NFL. He's a guy who's not afraid to speak out, speak his mind. Is on talk shows all the time, at least sport talk shows, from what I've seen. That's one Deion Dawkins, number 73 for the Buffalo Bills. Current Super Bowl or bust, I would say, type of team, and he's one of the best players on that roster, on that team, protecting Josh Allen at his blind side. So that's my 73, Deion Dawkins.
That's a good one. I had a couple that I was trying to pick from. I think I'm going to go this guy. Mine, former pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, and one was part of that 2021 World Series team. Honestly, Artie, he was one of the prized prospects that like came up right before the Braves won the World Series, and he was one of those guys that everybody thought, oh, he's going to be that dude.
Mm-hmm.
But just never really panned out for him. And that's Huascar Ynoa. So that's my 73. Now I think he's now with the Angels. He's on a non-roster invite to spring training. So basically means that like he's there, but he's trying to make a case for getting a true contract. All right, Artie, lots happened since last time we met.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that has come out, and really we said it was going to happen. Of course, we said it was going to happen right after we recorded. Day or two later, the conference drops the American Conference schedule for 2026.
The doozy.
And honestly, Artie, it's not the worst that we've had. It's not great, but it's not the worst we've had.
The non-conference is always a non-conference. You look at ECU's non-conference, you're like, my goodness, that's a way to start. But if you look at conference play, it's very manageable for a team that's going to have some turnover. A lot of turnover. It's a very manageable schedule when you get in conference.
I really there's some games on here that really stand out to me, but let's just take it week by week. To start off, of course, everybody knows week 1 going down to Tuscaloosa.
Yes, cannot wait for that one.
Rolling into Bama. Everybody put on the "We Want Bama" on your windshields and head on down.
I expect to see a lot of purple, much like I did in Ann Arbor. I saw a lot more purple than I thought I was going to see. I expect to see a lot of purple in Tuscaloosa.
I got several friends, several colleagues that I work with that have either gone to Alabama, went to Alabama. One even lives in Tuscaloosa, and he was talking to me about it, and I was like, man, I know that y'all are probably like, y'all are like, oh, this is just some non-conference G6 opponent that's coming in. That's fine, but the Pirates travel.
We're gonna travel. Yeah, we're gonna bring some folks.
We're gonna be there, and you're gonna know we're there. And so he's excited. I'm trying to figure out if I can maybe crash at his place. We'll figure that out. But no, week 1, Alabama. I mean, just make it out alive.
Yeah. And they're going to be ranked. We don't know what they're going to be ranked, but they will be a ranked team that we play week 1. So
over under ranked. Top 11.
Considering that they were a playoff team.
They
were just in the Rose Bowl. So
right.
They were just playing for a conference championship. I think they will be a top 10 team.
I do think that they're in the top 10. I'm thinking they're going to be around 9.
Yeah. I think they'll be between 8 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah. I if I had to pick right now, I would say 9.
I think that's pretty fair.
But then come on home, week 2. You got that crosstown or that cross-state rivalry, I should say, not crosstown, and Appalachian State. Our friends up the mountain, come on down and visit Greenville again. We got to get our lick back.
I was just about to say that. We at some point we got to get App State. We got to get them.
And there's no better time than now. I mean, you talk about the turnover already. There's a lot of turnover all across college football. I think coming off of Alabama, going in, playing Appalachian State, first game at home, I mean, you won 9 games last year. You're going to have the crowd juiced. It's going to be an awesome environment.
Yeah.
That second weekend in September. Pirate Club weekend, paint it purple. I mean, that's a must-win game to start the season. I really like having that game there. I mean, of course, this is the non-conference, so but like that's a game you've got to win.
Yeah. I mean, it's you hate to say that in week 2, but it is. It's a must-win game at home week 2 against App State.
It's not even
rival. You gotta.
Sorry, Artie. It's not.
No,
I'll say it's not even a must-win for the season. I won't say that. It's just you got to have it for the program.
Yeah, I think just all around, just for all intents and purposes. I mean, that we haven't gotten them. It's an in-state rival. They are seen as the perennial like G6 team in North Carolina over us. At least nationally, they are. So
I think that perception is going to start changing soon, and these two programs are on opposite trajectories at this point. In my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. Charlotte has kind of stayed stagnant at the bottom. ECU has gotten better over the last 2 years, and App State's started to see a little bit of a decline. Maybe that's part of the money stuff that's going on with. I mean, just the Sun Belt not being able to necessarily compete with the money that's in the American. Right. I'm not saying that they can't compete because we've seen them compete, but also this is a new regime at ECU that Appalachian State hasn't had to face, right?
Right.
This isn't Mike Houston anymore. This is a Blake
Yeah.
Harrell coach football team. So I really like ECU's chances there. And then, of course, week 3 on the road at Old Dominion. Shout out. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody at Old Dominion
Yes.
right now. So, but week 3 going up to Norfolk. I would love to go up there for a game.
I was going to say that's one we haven't made, and we've done it. We've done a few of them now. I wouldn't mind doing that trip to Norfolk. I wouldn't mind going up to ODU,
Yeah,
catching the game.
I would really like that game. All right, then you have family weekend, North Carolina Central. I'll already tell you right now, Artie, this is the one game. Look, my brothers and sisters in Christ, no fall weddings. I can already
Unless
tell
it's
you
on
right
a Sunday,
now.
then it's okay.
Yeah, don't get me started, Artie.
Hey, look, it's on a Sunday.
No fall weddings. And this is coming from somebody that was stupidly talked into getting married in the fall. This is
2 guys who had fall weddings.
This is my anniversary weekend. And that's not why I'm going to miss this game. I already know that I have a wedding to be at, which I told my wife, at least it's North Carolina Central. It's not that's the one game I'll skip this year.
Now you say that, and then we lose to Central. So.
Well, yeah, I'll be heading up the mountain.
Which
I
don't know if Central's still decent. I really kept up with Central, but they did win the HBCU national championship in 2022, so not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean they're not terrible, but I mean it's a game that you should win.
Yes. Yeah.
This isn't Scotty Montgomery's ECU. You should go in there and you should beat these teams. Your FCS opponent you should beat, and you should beat handedly, and you should stomp on their throat in the first and second quarters, and then, hey, keep them at arm's length and let it ride with your bench warmers the rest of the way.
I agree.
So then you got the open week. Already, the one thing that I'll say about this schedule, I don't like that we don't have a bye week in conference play. I mean,
it's like right before, literally the week before. But I mean,
that's fine. But like,
because I don't know, I don't mind. You get your non-conference out the way. You have your bye week, and then conference play. So it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but I would love a bye week, like somewhere in there where, okay, why do they keep giving us these back-to-back Thursday night games?
Oh, they did it again? I didn't even notice that.
Both would travel too.
Wow. That UAB one shouldn't be too bad, but the Memphis one.
Yeah. We got Memphis's number. They got a whole new coaching staff. I mean, we got their old defensive coordinator. Like, no, I'm not. I think that right now ECU is in my easily top 3 teams in the conference right now.
I mean, just looking at the schedule, though, seriously, the conference schedule, I do like this schedule. I mean, Rice, UAB, Memphis, South Florida. South Florida is obviously depleted. At Charlotte, at Army's the one that scares me the most. At Army is the one that scares me the most.
Yeah.
Out of all these games.
All right. Let's go through the conference schedule. So you got Rice October 10th. That's your first week of conference play. That's at home. That's homecoming weekend. That'll be a good one. Then you have a short turnaround on the road at UAB. Don't love that. Don't love that. Hey, that would be the time that I would want our bye week.
And with UAB, it's not going to be a lot of people in the stands. It's going to be hard to get up for that kind of a game. Short turnaround. It's not going to be really hyped up. It's probably not going to be a lot of fans out there. That's going to be one of those hard games to get up for.
I think the good thing about Blake Harrell and his teams, unlike Mike Houston, it doesn't seem like he has a problem getting his teams fired up and ready to go, no matter who or when they're playing. So all right, Rice at home October 10th at UAB. That's a Thursday night game in Birmingham. Then back on the road the following week, the next Thursday at Memphis. I don't like that they did this to us. It's a big pet peeve of mine. Like, you shouldn't have to play 2 Thursdays in a row. It just throws things off for everybody, podcasters included. But they don't consult us, right? And then you have that kind of pseudo bye week where, okay, hey, we get 9 days off. And this is probably my least favorite part of what they've done with this schedule. Artie, ECU should not play a home football game on Halloween. It should just not happen.
That's awful.
That would be if ECU should submit that day as a day. Like, surely they can do this where a school can submit days. Hey, we don't want to play on this day. October 31st is the day that ECU should submit. Leave that. I don't know. I don't like that. If you're gonna play it on the road. That is gonna be, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's.
I mean, look, Halloween is on a Saturday, man. So we've lived it. We know what ECU is like on Halloween. Nobody's gonna be giving a damn about a football game. So
now, what I'll say is, Artie, if ECU is sitting at what?
If we're good,
5-1.
If ECU is good, it changes things. It does change things. But
we're sitting at 5-1 with a loss at Alabama.
Regardless, there's going to be a mass exodus at halftime. No, if we were undefeated,
ECU's marketing better be ready for this. They got to figure something out. Start planning now. Get asses in the seats for that game and figure out something to keep the students there as long as possible. And your only hope is that this game's at noon.
Like, oh yeah. No, you can't night game, you can forget it. You might have 15 people there. You can forget a night game. 3:30 is going to be pushing it too.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine, Artie, can you imagine? Let's say ECU has a 3:30, 4 o'clock kick on Halloween, and then trying to leave Dowdy Ficklen Stadium with all the cops, all the transplants that come into Greenville for that weekend.
You'd be there for hours. Literally, that's no exaggeration. You'd be stuck for hours.
And that's honestly probably the biggest reason ECU should make this a blocked off weekend or a blocked off night, that, hey, we don't play on Halloween here.
Yeah, if you try going to if it's a night game and you're going to the football game, you have to drive out, you might as well just stay till the sprinklers come on, because you're not going nowhere.
It's against Temple. It's Temple.
When they made the schedule, they obviously didn't care about it being Halloween and what happens to ECU on Halloween. They don't care about that. They were not thinking about that when they made the schedule.
This is my biggest problem with the schedule, is this game right here.
And knowing us, they'll mess around and make it 7:30 kick, whatever it is. They'll make it a late kick.
That's the game ECU should pull out all the stops and just be like, all right, free booze for everybody. Just free booze all game.
You break the internet if you give out free alcohol
Could you
in college
imagine?
campus.
Could you imagine just free beers, kegs in the Boneyard?
Kegs in the Boneyard. Get it going. Go ahead and start it now.
Or maybe we should plan to throw a tailgate that weekend and just get a couple kegs, like old time's sake.
Kegs in the Boneyard. Bring your own tap, though. Additional taps cost 15 or more.
Have Josh out there doing keg stands before filming the game. Just an absolute shit show. That's going to be. That's going. That's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
But whatever. I digress. All right. Next, you got a Friday night. Then you have a Friday night game, right? Because of course you do. South Florida, honestly, should be one of the biggest games in the conference next year. I'd have to look at everybody's schedule, but that's going to be one of those games that people look back to and be like, okay, this decides. Look, I said last year when the schedule came out, look out for that ECU Memphis game. There could very well be conference championship game implications, and there still were, right? ECU wasn't eliminated at that point. Them winning gave them still a shot to make the conference championship.
Right.
This is that game for ECU next year. I think that there's still, yes, there's a lot of turnover, but I still think that this is going to be an interesting one.
And that's late in the season. You only got 3 games left after that. So yeah, if both teams are looking the way they should be looking, that's gonna go a long way in deciding who plays for a conference championship.
And it only took ECU not having a service academy at home for us to get military appreciation day, not against one of them. What I don't understand is why
it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. It really
that really bothers me. But also, how are you going to do military appreciation day on the Painted Black game? I don't understand that.
I don't know. You got to get creative with that one.
Could you imagine if they tried to make that game against Temple like family weekend?
They're not that dumb.
Now, honestly, that might have been the way to go.
No. Mom and dad would have seen stuff that they did not want to ever see from their children.
See, I wanted homecoming on Halloween.
Now that would have been lit.
Right.
Oh yeah, that would have been. I mean, you talking about?
And Painted Black has to be on that Friday game simply because it's the only guaranteed night game.
Right.
And it's the game closest to Veterans Day.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It wraps in for both of them. That makes sense.
I understand.
But I personally don't want to see. Why is Rice homecoming? Like, why is it not Temple on Thanksgiving?
Are you talking about Temple on Halloween?
Oh yeah, Halloween. Sorry, not Thanksgiving. Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Homecoming on Halloween, my goodness.
That would be absolutely
But
bonkers.
I also think ECU wouldn't want to have to do the cleanup on that too. That would be we would make national news again. Hell, we might do it anyway.
I mean, it's probably gonna happen. At some point, it's gonna happen again. All right, then you go on the road at Charlotte to Jerry Richardson Stadium, still a high school field. Man, get them out of our conference. Then back on the road 2 weeks in a row, up to Army. I mean, I don't know. I don't hate playing Army at that point. That could be a very interesting game.
That could be a very interesting game.
Army, though, last year, I mean, we absolutely had their number, and nothing's going to change really with them going into this year from what I've seen. Obviously, they can't take transfers in. I haven't checked to see what they've lost, but overall, that's not a game that I'm super worried about. And then Florida Atlantic, and this is one of those games that's going to be flexed. Is that a Friday, Saturday flex, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah, so Black Friday or the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I just give me the Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say, do the Saturday. Black Friday's tough. Black Friday is tough. You got to give people a day in between from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Do the Saturday.
Give me Saturday. All right. I gotta say, I don't know that I'm gonna be making that Halloween game.
No, I mean, you have to get a room in Greenville if you're gonna go to the Halloween game. You're not getting home.
Well, and you gotta remember,
unless it's a noon game. Now, if it's a noon kick, it's a different story.
You gotta remember, I've also got a 3-year-old, so she's gonna want to be going trick or treating.
But if it's not a noon kick,
I don't
if it's
think I can convince my wife to let me skip trick or treating, and I don't want to. Halloween in my neighborhood is the place to be.
They give out the king size candy bars.
I do give out the king size candy bars.
Yeah, those are neighborhoods we like to go to.
I like to sit out. I cut my grass for the first time this past weekend.
It was definitely hot enough to.
And here I'm just gonna run through some of the comments that I got. It was 3 ladies walking with one guy, and you could tell like it was a woman, a wife, and her husband, and like her 2 sisters walking, and the wife and her 2 sisters were just talking so much shit to her husband, saying why can't our grass look
no, don't do that, man, like that. And you just made a new enemy. You don't even know that man, and he hates you.
They were like, you need to come over here and take some lessons. And I was like, dude, it's just a bunch of water, and make sure you seed at the right time.
No, that man hates you.
Our DoorDash driver that night said, man, how'd you get your grass so green this early? And I was like, man, I know what I'm doing. My yard, we're looking pretty good right now.
Jared did actual homework on how to make sure his grass stays green year round.
No, Artie, when we got all that snow, my grass was still tall enough that you could. I leave my grass pretty long. You could see the grass sticking up, and it was green. It stayed green all through the winter. My grass doesn't go any other color than green. It's so nice. I got the diamond pattern going.
I was about to say, do you do the zigzag with the?
Oh yeah,
got to.
Oh yeah,
got to.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna be a diamond pattern guy when I get a house.
You got to go different. You got to change it up though. If you do the same pattern every time, you'll start getting ruts. Look, maybe I'll start a podcast on lawn mowing. I got the uplighting on the tree in front. Man, we're looking good right now. But no, I got 4 or 5 comments, and my head was about the size of Texas.
I know. You couldn't tell Jared shit.
And my wife was out there planting flowers in her garden bed, and I was like, she just, every time somebody'd say something, she would look at me like, I know this is making your day so much. And I'm still like,
just going up, Savannah. Did you hear them? Did you hear what they said about the grass?
She was like, how many people said something? I said, at least 4 or 5. At least 4 or 5.
You definitely made a new enemy. That guy hates you. He just got called out by his wife and her 2 sisters.
Sorry, man. Look, Artie, I said from the time that I moved into this house, when I moved in, I backed a 20-foot box truck into my about 18-foot driveway. And I told my wife, said, why'd you do that? And I said, I had to assert my male dominance across everybody in this neighborhood. And I do that every week when I'm out there Saturday morning, mowing the yard, edging, leaf blowing. Get your stuff. Do not let your weeds into my yard. No, it's time, boys. It is time. Get your yards right. If you don't, sorry, you're just not as good as me.
I co-sign that message. I'm with you.
I
get it. I understand. I get it. I'll probably be the same way. I ain't gonna lie to you.
When I cut this weekend, I'll send a picture to the group chat, and we can put it up on next week's podcast. I mean, come on now. I'm not good at a lot of things in life. My yard is the one thing I'm good at. But anyways, what's next? Let's see. Frida Zuniga is headed to the NCAA championships to compete in the 1 meter, 3 meter, and 3 meter platform dive next week. She'll compete on March 20th in the 1 meter and 3 meter, and on the 21st on the platform.
Nice.
And all events will be on ESPN Plus. Track and field. Kelly Ufo Diama, sophomore sprinter, has cemented her legacy by earning her 3rd most valuable performer award at the American Conference Championships. Remains undefeated in individual events at the conference level, defending her titles in both the 60 meter and 200 meter with times of 7.3 seconds and 23.14 seconds respectively. 6 conference titles. She's now tied the women's program record held previously by Tynita Butts and Aisha Goggins, who each won 6 Conference USA crowns. And joining her on the all-conference accolades, Brianna Clayton, who finished second to Ufo Diama in the women's 200 with a time of 23.75. Faye Spencer proved her previous season's success was no fluke, claiming the top spot in the women's triple jump. Her winning jump of 12.85. Man, I don't know how they do that. That's the one, like the triple jump.
Yeah, when you really think about it, how long they jump.
But like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like the dynamics of the triple jump does not make sense to me. Like, how is that the best? Like,
what doesn't make sense to you?
Because you have those early jump. Like, I guess it just doesn't. The way that they plant on that first one and then like jump on the second one, I guess that's what does like that doesn't make sense how they can like continue to build momentum through those.
Right. You don't think they're maximizing their jump with how they actually the process of it. I got you.
It just doesn't look natural.
Yeah, it doesn't. But they're still out here doing stuff that I can't do.
That's what I don't understand.
And even if I was running full speed, full momentum, I can't do that. So,
like it's that kind of like up, and then out. Like, oh my gosh!
Look, it has to. Somebody studied this. It's got to deal with some sort of inertia, some sort of laws of physics, something. Somebody studied this and said this is how this jump needs to be done.
Artie, if you could go back, because you were a sprinter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you take out the sprint competitions. If you could go back and do track for one season, and you could only focus on one event, and like I said, we're not talking sprints.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on one event. What event are you focusing on?
I always wanted to be really good at. Oh, are we talking running? Like we're taking out running or just
No,
sprinting?
I'm taking out just sprinting. So if you were like,
Okay.
hey, I want to be a distance runner, that's one thing. Since you're already a sprinter, I'm taking
I
that.
always wanted to be really fast at running the mile. Like the people that ran the mile and could do it in 4 minutes, sub 4, whatever it was. I just thought that
See,
was subhuman.
are we can that I guess that's the gray area. Are we
That's
considering
not
the
sprinting.
it's not.
Anything that takes longer than a couple minutes is not sprinting.
It's not. But at the same time, a lot of times you would have kind of like that bridge guy that ran the mile. You'd have a mix. You'd have like most of our mile runners were some of our better sprinters, honestly.
Yeah, I mean our mile runners were also sprint, but they were
They
weren't
weren't
100 meters.
practicing with the distance teams. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'll
were
say.
400 meters, 800 meters.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
weren't doing ones and twos for sure.
right.
But I would say mile. I mean, obviously, I had a big boy mentality. Was never a big boy, so I would love to do something in the field, either discus or shot put. I just thought
It's
that
not
was
as
cool.
easy as it looks. I
I
promise.
know. It's difficult. It's very difficult. But I always thought it was cool. I did.
It's all about the technique. All about that technique. Josh knows. I was never good at it. I enjoyed it. I was never good at it. No jumping.
No, I was never interested in jumping.
Kind of
No,
too short to be a jumper.
I just didn't care about jumping. The high jump. I'm gonna let that slide. But I don't have gazelle legs. I don't. I'm not built like a gazelle. I didn't care about the jumping.
Are you jumping over toothpicks out here?
Yeah. No, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. I can still get rim now. Don't play with me. We still got bunnies. We just ain't built for it like that.
I could see you doing pole vault.
Pole vault looked cool, but it also looked dangerous. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was like,
I don't know if it was like this with you in high school, or did y'all have like we had tryouts where you had to go to like the first practice was like you had to do everything. Did y'all do that?
No, we didn't. We didn't. No, you could do that if you wanted to, but it wasn't.
They made us like even the guys that knew they were going to be throwers, like they were like, yeah, you have to go run the 100. And I was like, why are we doing this? I think it was more of a hazing thing for the coaches to watch all the, me versus Shy Tuttle, NFL D lineman running the 100. But
no, I'm not gonna lie. Our coach was a little discriminatory. He was black too, but he was like, "Look, I can tell you're gonna be a sprinter. I can tell you're gonna be long distance. Oh, you big? All right, I'm putting you in the field." It wasn't no. We gonna try everything.
no, they made you the first day. They had 2 days to kind of weed out everybody, like the people that were actually going to be on the team. Like if you showed up the first 3 days, like you're on the team, right? But the first 2 days you had to do every event. Like that was just trying to weed out the people that couldn't do it or do anything, didn't want to be there. And yeah, I walked up my first, I guess it was my sophomore year, I can't remember. I walked up to the pole vault and the pole vault coach was like, "Man, I would need a telephone pole for you to do this. You're not getting on this pole." And I said, "Thanks, coach."
Look, you can't say that nowadays, man. You get arrested if you say that. We had to have thicker skin. We had to have thick skin.
Funny enough, the pole vault coach was a big dude named Chris Crater. Coach Crater.
That's an awesome name.
Was the pole vault coach.
That's actually an awesome name.
Fittingly enough for the pole vault team. Anyways. All right, Artie. Let's see. And then Rashawn Fountain took home second place in the men's with a time of 20 seconds and 20.93 seconds. Geez, Jared. In the 200, ranking third in program history behind LaShawn Merritt. Shout out. And then Royal Burris. Shout out track team.
Absolutely.
Basketball. Womp womp. I gotta admit, Artie, they had me flipping between Memphis, Tulane, and ECU, Birmingham. I guess what was that? Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
whatever day that was. And they, for a second there, I had hope. And like, this is after me saying like, we don't need to go to this. We do not need to spend the money to be in Birmingham and leave and get beat, get embarrassed. But damn it, if they didn't give me hope. And then, just like most ECU basketball teams, that hope was crushed in the span of about 5 minutes.
Yep.
When Memphis beat Tulane in overtime, I was like, all right, I'm done watching both of these, and turned them both off. So ECU finishes 11-20 on the season and outside the top 10 in the American. So they did not qualify for the conference championship or conference tournament. Jordan Riley still named first team all conference.
First team. When I looked at the notes, I had to actually look that up. I was like, hold on, name. Yeah, he made first.
That's
team.
Embarrassing that you have a first team all conference.
First team all
Still
conference
can't make
player.
the conference tournament.
One of the best scorers in the nation, not the conference, not the region. One of the best scorers in the entire country, top 3.
Yeah, second in points per game with 23.6, and third in total points with 708.
How does this happen? How do we always have a guy who is an actual stud? I mean, like a legit guy, like a legit dude. And we are just this bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, there's always next year.
There's always next year to go 11-20 again.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
we got women's basketball. We got one of the two. we got women's basketball.
I feel like with this recruiting class, hopefully we'll start putting something together. All right, women's basketball finished the regular season with 22 wins, matching a program record. Bobby Smith and Jayla Hurt wrapped the season with the most wins by a senior class with 81. Kennedy Fauntleroy has been named Newcomer of the Year and an American Conference Co-Defensive Player of the Year. Also selected to First Team All-Conference while earning All Defensive Team and unanimous recognition on the American Conference All-Newcomer Team. They'll suit up again tomorrow in the conference tournament semifinal game against UT San Antonio at 9 Eastern on ESPN Plus. So yeah, let's hopefully make a run and go dancing.
Absolutely. Just gotta win 2 games, huh? 2-0.
Just gotta win 2 games. That's all you gotta do.
Go 2-0, win the dance, baby.
2-0. Hey, just do your job. Do your job. Yeah, and then honestly, Artie, looking at these games coming down the stretch, like UT San Antonio, ECU, North Texas, Rice, these are some pretty good games. Honestly, ECU probably got the better of the matchups. And
yeah,
the semifinals.
Yeah, I fully expect ECU to be in the final. It was a close game with UT San Antonio back in January, but it's a game we should win.
ECU's played a bunch of close games now. And I mean, they played a close game against Rice, so that was a game that they very much could have won. And I think that if they had handled like the last 2-3 minutes of that game a little bit differently, they probably win that game. But anyways, softball 7-2 since our last podcast, Artie.
On a heater.
Just love what these girls are doing.
Yeah.
They only dropped the final game against Campbell in the Battle of the Max. Scored 21-6 in the wins and losing four. Josh, I'm sorry, man. These notes threw me off. Losing by 9-4 in the finale. Midweek win over Campbell on the return trip led to a 2-1 series win over Wichita State. Sydney Rainford named American Conference Pitcher of the Week after earning back-to-back shutout complete games over Wichita State. That's the thing, man. These girls can just throw. They'll throw till their arms fall off. I don't know what it is. I guess the mechanics of softball pitching is just easier on your shoulders, which it doesn't look like it would be. But
it looks like it hurts. I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks painful. I don't think I would be comfortable.
I don't know how these girls throw. Like they'll pitch like 3 games in a row.
Because it looks like I would throw my elbow out every time.
It'll be like they have like one pitcher. It's insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, Pirates will head to Florida Atlantic in a big early test against the Owls, who are 19-7, 2-1 in conference play coming into the game, and swept the Pirates last year. So big matchup this weekend in Boca. So check out those Pirates. And then lastly, ECU baseball. They're back in the win column. Had a good week. Going into the Keith LeClaire Classic, that was the last time we talked before losing to Western Carolina, which you look at that game, 3 days later, Western Carolina went on the road and beat Georgia. So not a terrible look, right? Like you lost them on a Sunday game. Sundays are always the toss-up games. They go on the road and beat Georgia in a midweek. Once again, midweeks are, you never know what you're going to get, but
yeah.
But I mean, to go from Western Carolina to go on the road at Georgia and walk out with a win, that's big time.
Yeah.
So tough loss there. Then they took their business against UNCW last week before traveling down to Conway to play Coastal. Coastal takes 2 out of 3. ECU wins the rain shortened or lightning shortened game. Gavin Van Kempen, 7 innings, allowing 3 hits and 1 earned run in the 7-1 loss on Saturday. Look, we just got to get the bats going, man. We got to get the bats going.
You just got to get them consistent. Just got to get them consistent. That's all. It can't be topsy-turvy and consistent. We got to string it together and kind of let it fly for a nice little run.
I think this week is the opportunity for ECU to get the bats going. Look, they've already won 2 games in the midweek by run rule victories, beating ODU 11-0, and then beating William and Mary 24-3. When I saw that, I thought it was a football score.
That is a football score. So it is.
You got the bats going those 2 games. Keep them hot. You got 2-8 Penn coming into town this weekend.
Yeah.
So
gotta demolish. Gotta take care of business.
You got to go out there and you got to just
that can't be a game. That's got to be.
You got to lay your balls on the table.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, that's what you got to do.
Pretty much. Put it bluntly.
All right, Artie, you got to walk the plank.
I do have a walk the plank. Since we do have March Madness coming, it is March officially. We got the conference tournaments coming out.
I don't know if yours is going to be what I'm thinking.
It might be. It might be. And to anyone who thinks that this team should not be in the tournament you've completely lost the plot. You completely don't know what college basketball should all be about. And that's Miami of Ohio. I know they just lost to who did they lose? UMass of all people. They lost to UMass in their conference tournament in the quarterfinal, but they went 31-0. People, they went 31-0 in the regular season. They are currently sitting at 31-1, I believe. You can't to leave them out of the NCAA tournament. I don't care what the strength of record is or the strength of schedule. I don't care about none of the metrics. When you go undefeated in the regular season and your only loss is not until the conference tournament, you're in. Now, whether they get in and they get blown out is irrelevant, but you gotta put them in the tournament. This shouldn't be a debate. This shouldn't be like people have talked about this. It's been debated. It's been hotly contested. There's nothing to debate. You're losing the plot. This team is 31-1. They're in. And they're not like a 15 or 16 seed either. They're like an 11, 12 seed at worst. They're in. So makes no sense.
Why have we lost? I understand having these conversations for football. I can understand the conversation around
for football, right?
For football, I can understand it. But the thing that has always made March Madness great is the mid-majors, right? Yes, you have your blue bloods that are always there and are going to go deep. Your Carolinas, your Dukes, your Kentuckys, your Kansases, your UCLAs from time to time, right? Like you have these programs that are there, and I get it. Like you talk about strength of schedule, right? But with this, like, play them then. Play them. They tried scheduling you. They tried scheduling.
Look, if you keep them out, you're basically saying that the regular season only matters for those that matter, right? The blue bloods, the big conferences, the big boys. If you're telling me a team can go 31-1 and not make the dance with a field of 64,
68,
you lost the plot. 68 now, excuse me. You've lost the plot. You've completely lost what we're doing here.
Like it's these tournaments, and I say the same thing for football. It's not about, let's just get as many SEC, ACC, Big Ten teams in there as we can. It should be, hey, let's get all the best teams in the country. Miami of Ohio is ranked in the top 20, right?
Literally ranked number 20 right now.
Like,
and we're having a conversation. If you're going to say they're a top 20 team in the country,
I don't give a shit, Artie.
and then argue that
what your strength of schedule is. Winning 31 games in a row is hard for every team. And I mean, what? Like, what do you want them to do? Put them in.
And again, whether they get in and they have a Cinderella run or they get in and they lose in the first round is irrelevant. They've earned the right to be there.
And every year there's a team that goes in and beats somebody that nobody's expecting them to beat. And every year it happens. Why the fuck do you not want that to happen in college basketball anymore? That is what makes March Madness madness. That is what makes it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're probably a casual. You're probably somebody that just likes, and I'm talking to you, Michael. I don't know if you're an ECU fan or not, but Michael is commenting, look, if you want to cheer for a logo, cool, man, go watch the NBA.
Look, at the end of the day, the teams that are supposed to be there in the end will likely be there. They're likely going to be there.
Cinderella runs are what make college sports fun, right? And yes, we're going to crown the champion. We're going to crown the best team in college basketball, just like we crown the best team in college football. And I think to do that, you have to have representation across the board. So I don't think that it's right to say, hey, no, like just because you're the MAC, like you're only allowing you're a one bid conference all the time, right? Like that's just not how it goes.
Look, you're doing a disservice to the regular season
You're making
and the quality of the regular season if you don't put in a 31-1 team in the tournament.
you're making like Michael. I'm you're the one that commented, man. So and I want people to comment. So if you feel differently than I do, comment. But you're probably the guy that everybody loves to see in their tournament pools because he goes chalk the whole way and takes the higher seed the whole way through. Like if that's what you're saying about keep Miami of Ohio out, sorry.
Which
man.
last year the tournament was chalk. It was definitely a chalk
you're gonna have
tournament last year.
You're gonna have years like that, but
that doesn't mean Miami of Ohio should not be.
Everybody talks about the Chicago Loyolas, the Florida Gulf Coast, the UMBCs, right? Hell, Queens University is going to the tournament. UNCW is going. Should they got in because they won their conference tournament? What about it? I think it's a better product when you have these other schools in because you give yourselves more opportunities for craziness, and that's what makes March fun. That's why everybody loves March Madness, is because you have all the craziness of upsets and bubble teams and whatnot. I don't know, man. If your argument is them versus what was it? I saw 16 and 15 or 18 and 13 Auburn or whatever. What are we talking about? Right? If you want to talk about the best team in the country,
you're going to compare them to a team that's lost double-digit losses?
Yeah. Oh, because they're in the SEC? Enough. Yeah, no. Sit the fuck down.
They didn't do enough. Sorry. They didn't do enough. Also, shout out though, now that we're talking about the little guy, shout out to High Point. That's my one when I'm filling up my brackets. I got High Point winning a game or two. High Point sneaky good.
I haven't even looked at a bracket yet. I mean, obviously we'll have more to look at this weekend. We can put together a bracket challenge. We usually do.
Yeah, we usually do. Yeah.
We should do that. Hey. I'll say I don't even know how to feel. I don't know. Also, High Point, men's and women's.
Good
tournament.
Yeah. they got some good programs. I've watched a couple of High Point games.
It just ticks me off so much that all the other schools in North Carolina are
figuring it out.
Success.
They're just figuring it out.
And it's just us.
They're just figuring it out. And we're just sitting here.
After having the third best season in program history, turning right around and going 11-20. Honestly, if we had gotten into the conference tournament and somehow, some way won the damn thing, I would have said, yeah, we should probably just give up our bid and give it to Miami of Ohio. Anyways.
One day.
Already, is that the first time ever that our walk the plank was unanimously the same thing?
That might I think we've done it maybe a couple of times before, but it's been a long time.
I knew because that was something that I was this is something we've got to talk about.
Ridiculous.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's even a discussion.
It's crazy.
It shouldn't even be a discussion. In years past, it wouldn't be. They're just one of the teams that
would just be in.
That are just in.
Yeah.
But now when everybody wants to look at the computers and use strength of schedule and use all these other ratings and whatnot, get the fuck out of here. Put your computer away, nerd boy, and let's talk about basketball.
Don't make sports too complicated. It's not that complicated.
Artie, have you seen this this thing going around on social media? And you're not really on Twitter as much, so I wanted to ask you. So have you seen this graphic? It says you can only watch one group for the rest of your life. Which one are you choosing? And it's got. I have a feeling I know where you would go. It's got Circle A, and Josh, if you, I can send this to you. You've probably seen what I'm talking about. Circle A is the Masters, MLB postseason, college football playoff, and the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh, that's you. That's you all day.
I'm like, and then B is the NFL playoffs, NBA playoffs, the World Cup, and March Madness.
I don't get college football though.
College football playoff is in Group A.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go B, but I'm very salty. I don't get college football. I'm very very salty about that.
This is the most cut and dry Group
I'm
A.
very
Like,
salty
if
about
you are
that.
not in Group A with me,
Like
I'm sorry.
the World Cup. Get rid of the World Cup. I need college football in it. Then it's perfect. Then B is actually perfect.
Like, honestly, if Group B just disappeared, I would be fine.
No, A was college football playoff, Stanley Cup, World
MLB
Series.
and the Masters.
I love all four of those. I do. But the only one that I'm consistently like that I need is college football. That's the only one I need.
See, like, I don't need any of the others.
Yeah, I gotta have my NFL playoffs. Obviously, I'm an NBA junkie. So yeah. World Cup though, and I'm gonna watch the World Cup. Man, I don't need the World Cup. It's not my jazz.
I don't care about soccer.
I'm gonna watch it because it's the World Cup. You should watch it, but that's probably the only soccer I actually do watch. It's
That's the
World
only
Cup.
time I watch soccer.
Yeah, World Cup,
It's the World Cup.
Olympics. That's
And I will be the most patriotic person on
Yep.
planet Earth.
like I've been watching soccer
I-
for
I
50
will-
years.
I'll find somebody and cuss out the Netherlands if I have to.
No, I know nothing about what's going on. Put the ball in the goal. That's all I know. But I'm gonna be cheering like I've been watching soccer my
That
entire
wasn't offsides. VAR.
Yellow and red flag. Throw them out.
That's a red. That's a red. What are you looking at, ref? You can't do that. Meanwhile, I have no idea what's going
No
on.
idea what's going on. None.
I
Might have
I,
Brandon give me a tutorial before the World
I
Cup.
don't. I still. I don't understand any of the rules in soccer.
Because I don't know what I'm watching outside of grown men kicking the ball.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Josh, I got to know, what are you taking, A or B?
B.
Yeah,
And it's not even close.
it's not
The
even
only
close.
thing-
The only thing missing in B is college football. That's the only thing
Yeah,
missing.
the only thing missing is college football. And honestly, I mean, oh well. I mean, I'm literally wearing a first round March Madness, second round hoodie from last year because, I've never watched the Masters.
Now we got
The last World Series, I only watched the World Series when Boston's playing. And then what was the other one? Stanley Cup. I don't think I've ever. If Boston's playing, I'll probably watch Stanley
I'll
Cup.
tell you right now, the most electric playoff atmosphere of any of the sports, better than any of them. Nothing beats NHL playoffs. Nothing. If you want to get into hockey, that's when you start watching. Watch the playoffs, and you will see absolute pure hatred.
But you got to be at the game. Watching it
No.
on television is cool.
No.
But you got to be at the game.
You can feel it. You can feel it from the TV.
I watched last year, and it didn't draw me in to want to watch any so far in the regular season this year.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. I don't know. I'll say Yeah, no, I'm 100% on. And honestly, you out of the three on my side that you could get out of the four, the one I'd get rid of is the MLB playoffs. And I love MLB. The MLB playoff format, it's terrible. So, all right. Anything else? Anything else we wanted to talk about?
I got nothing.
Nothing else. All right. Well, boys, good episode. Josh, I hope you feel better. Make sure you follow us on social media at Boneyard Podcast, at the Boneyard Podcast on TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and hit that notification bell. That way you know every time we go live. You can comment just like Michael was. Love you, Michael. Didn't mean to go that hard at you.
You did kind of go hard on Michael a little bit. I was like, he's just commenting.
Yeah, but like
That's all right.
Those talking points are exactly that's what the ESPNs of the world want you to say. And then leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. 5 stars, you're a friend of the podcast for life. Less than that, Artie, what can they do?
Walked it down plank.
And then check out Roback. 20% off, Boneyard 20. Roback.com. Also, before we go, Artie, I want to give a quick shout out to the one and only Brayton Grady. Happy birthday, Brayton. We love you.
Happy birthday.
The real ones know. I'll have to text her and let her know to listen to this. Anyways, that's it. Let's get out of here, Artie.
Hey, as always, Pirate Nation, we appreciate y'all tuning in. I can't talk right now. That's why I need some sleep. Love y'all, Pirate Nation. We out. Deuce. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Can't forget that.
Yeah, definitely do that so you don't end up with the crud that Artie and I had.
Yeah, please don't.
Go damn Pirates.